Hey guys, it's OdaibaDiver here, and in this video we're going to talk about the Day of the Visions benefit program that has already begun running in WOTV Visions JP and should be making its way to WOTV Visions global version at the start of next month. As you can see here with this benefits program, you will be able to redeem a UR unit selector that goes all the way up to Shareka. Alternatively, if you already have all of the units, you can instead choose to receive a UR Vision card that includes all of the latest Dark Aspers release, and it goes all the way up to Garuda as well. So seems like a pretty good program, right? Seems like a real good way to encourage players who may not have been that happy with the game. But unfortunately, because of the way that it's been implemented, quite a number of JP players are actually very disappointed with it, and we're going to go into the reasons behind that in just a bit later in this video. But first, I want to talk to you guys about the big news coming out of the WOTV community last night. Since this is my first video back from my YouTube hiatus, I want to talk about Auronnj Jayy's announcement last night that he's leaving WOTV Visions behind and going to stop making WOTV Visions content, which is going to be, this is a huge loss for the WOTV community for sure. And on behalf of everyone, I just wanted to sincerely thank Auronnj Jayy for everything he's done, for the WOTV Visions community, including, of course, the Friday Night Fights tournament series and all of that good stuff. I really had fun, playing in his tournaments and watching his content, and he will definitely be missed, now that he's decided to leave WOTV behind. And of course, he's leaving a giant void in all of our lives. And I know that I definitely cannot fill that void, but I'm gonna try my best to put out, some compelling WOTV Visions video content for you guys. I've actually had plans to do so for a while now, since I announced it during the live translation stream last month that PSD and I hosted. So I'm gonna finally get to putting out those videos. On top of that, now that Auronnj Jayy is no longer creating videos for WOTV, I'm definitely gonna take a look at some of the videos that he made in the past that you guys enjoyed a lot, and try to offer my take on some of those kinds of content. So hopefully you guys will give me your support. And if you come back, I think tomorrow or the day after, that should be when my next video that I'm already working on will drop. So basically the idea is for me to try and put out a new video every 1 or 2 days to try and make this like a habit for me, because I do realize that if I don't make it a habit, it's going to be very difficult for me to keep putting out new WOTV Visions videos. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Just wanted to mention that in case you somehow didn't know about this piece of news, and to just thank Auronnj Jayy for everything he's done for the WOTV community. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get back to the main topic of discussion today, Day of the Visions benefit campaign. As you can see here, I just did my unit hard quest, and all of the units have received 3x drops. Wait, is that? Oh, there you go. So 5 characters. Okay, and I'm gonna do my Vision hard quest as well, just to show you guys. So this is one of the, or rather, these are 2 of the 5 things that you get a benefit on for these days. And specifically, the way this program works is that all of these benefits will only come into play 3 days in a month every month, and those days are specifically the 10th, 20th, and 30th of each month. So I can see here. So actually, the way this works, right? If you were watching the live translation stream with PSD and I, Hirono himself, the producer of WOTV Visions in Japan, actually did explain exactly how this works. You just need to log in on the days where there's a 0 in the number, and you will be able to benefit from this program. Now, I only found this out after the stream, but apparently in Japan it is a pretty big It is a very common thing over there, especially with departmental stores, where if you go in and shop on certain days like the 10th, 20th, 30th, you get like double bonus points or something like that. And the reason this works is because in Japanese, the pronunciation for zero, rei, is also the same pronunciation as gratitude. So basically, days with zero attached to it also means days with their gratitude attached to it. So that's how this program was kind of conceived, but they're gonna give it a more spiffy sounding name. So it's gonna be called, I think they're gonna call it in English Day of the Visions, but some of you guys may have heard, if you take the Japanese text and put it into a machine translator, it's gonna spit it out as Phantom Day or Phantom Visions Day. So we don't know what the official term is going to be, but I'm going to call it Day of the Visions for now. And you get a bunch of benefits just for logging in 3 days a month. Triple drops on the hard quest for units and vision cards. That's 2 out of 5. The third thing is you get a 10 pull on those days. SSR guaranteed, SSR and above. So unfortunately, it's not going to be... we're not going to get a UR unit or vision card from it unless we get really lucky. And I really do wish that they were not that stingy, right? At the very least, maybe they could have given us a UR guaranteed 10 pull, but alas, maybe because this is a program that they're going to keep running every single month moving forward, I guess for that reason, they didn't want to make it too good. So that's the third thing, and then there were 2 more things. One of which is the Day of the Visions limited quest. Now with this quest, you do get a bunch of rewards. I've already cleared it for today, but I think I can show you guys still. When you clear this quest, and this is a quest that is, you can clear this even with level 1 units, as they say over here. Whenever you clear this quest, you get some of, all 8 elemental fragments of thought, as well as NRG potions, EXP cubes, and most importantly, the Day of the Visions medals. Now this is what is going to be needed to exchange for the UR unit selector or UR vision card selector. As you can see, I have 30 of them, and that's obtained from getting the quest. You can obtain 30 more by clearing the special Day of the Visions limited daily missions. So we have 2 of these cleared. The first one is simply to do a single summon in any of the summon banners, including the free one, of course. The second one here is to do 10 event quests. It can be anything. So I think I cleared that by doing my Trials of Reckoning, which started today. And then the third thing is to send guild gifts to your fellow guild members. Now this is one of the issues with the current implementation right now, which is that, if you happen to be in between guilds at the timing that Day of the Visions is here, so if you happen to be in between guilds on the 10th, 20th, and 30th, you will not be able to clear this special limited mission, which means that you might get shortchanged by about 10 medals. So make sure to try and time your guild changes not on these days. So once you've collected all of them, you start to see the problem that all of the JP players are seeing now, which is that in a single Day of the Visions, you can only receive up to 60 medals, but to get the UR unit selector or vision card selector, you have to essentially do this thing like 11 days in a row. And the other thing is that the program here, it's only like each implementation, right, will last for 4 months. So basically for this current iteration, it will go on all the way until January 9th, but effectively you only have September, October, November, and December to get your medals, which means that you really only have 12 days total to get, your Day of the Visions medal. And that means that to get one of these tickets, you have to make sure that you get all your medals and do all the Day of the Vision quests. 11 times out of 12. So if you miss 2 of these Day of the Visions days, you can't get one of these things anymore, which is kind of frustrating, kind of disappointing, because when they first announced it, everybody was quite happy. Hey, finally the operations team is gonna give us a free UR character, right? But they didn't tell us that, unfortunately, it seems like we will have to basically run through this thing for like 4 entire months before we even get enough medals to get our selector. So right now in JP, I don't have Shureka, I don't have Gilgamesh, and obviously they were released a few months ago, and I've been waiting for this ticket to get them, but it seems like I will have to wait another 3 to 4 months to be able to finally get my hands on them through this program, which kind of sucks. Some people have been saying that the way that they should have done it is to let us accrue the medals, and the moment that we have enough medals, then roll out the shop so that we can redeem for it. Because one problem with the current implementation is that, let's say you save up all the way and maybe you miss like 2 or 3 days, so you can't get the tickets, right? Unfortunately, the next time the Day of the Visions program comes out for January to April, you will not be able to use the medals that you've accumulated on that new implementation. So every single time the medals you get for a specific period is only usable for the specific rewards in that period. That's why you see here it says your Day of the Visions medal shop A. So implying that when January rolls around, there'll be a medal shop B, and so on and so forth. So that's one reason why people are upset. And the other thing is, the other thing I'm seeing a lot from JP players is that, at the start of the month, the shop already came online, so we already saw what the rewards were like. We saw that there was a UR unit selector, there's a UR vision card selector, and only today, only when the first Day of the Visions came, that we realized how stingy they were being with the medals, and quite simply put, they should have given us a lot more medals, because now it's like they're dangling 2 highly sought after things in front of us and we can only get one of them, and that is really depressing for a lot of players. And we do feel that they should have done this better. Now the thing about Japanese players though is that since this is something extra, this is something that we weren't really expecting to begin with, and it's something extra given to us, they don't feel that the operations team owe us a better implementation of this program. So there's no crazy outrage or anything like that. But with that said, everybody in my guild, a lot of JP players that I've seen on Twitter, my friends in JP, they're like, this is so terrible the way they're doing it. So the one thing that we're kind of hoping now is that they've never said anything about how many medals you can actually get from the program. So the one last bastion of hope that we have is that maybe on the first Day of the Visions each month, you can only get up to 60 medals, but maybe on the 20th and 30th, the second and third Day of the Visions of each month, maybe on those days we may be able to get more of the medals. And if that's the case, then we may actually be able to get both of these rewards. So that's what a lot of people have been sounding out on Twitter, have been sounding out, with their friends on JP forums. Well, not really JP forums, more like on Discord and just talking about it on Twitter. We're really hoping that the JP operations team will notice this feedback and be able to give us more medals later in the month when the second and third day of the Visions, days of the Visions come out. So yeah, so that's the hope for now. Until then, until we know if that's the case, for now we just have to assume, this program is kind of rewarding but also stingy in that you can only get one of these 2 things. So chances are, by the time it comes to Global next month, I think your expectation as a global player is that you will probably only be able to get one of these 2 things once it comes out. And of course, if there are any changes to how this program rolls out, I'll make another video and let you guys know about it. But that's going to be at least 10 days from now, so for now, we're just going to cross our fingers and hope for the best. So if you, as you can see here, if you somehow missed out on the day of the vision, like let's say out of the 12 days you only log on to 9 or 10, you won't be able to get a unit selector or vision card selector. But what you can get, so see, this is another problem. So I should have talked about this before. This is another big problem. Instead of the selector, you can also trade for the this is a UR unit shard 40 ticket. So you can get 40 shots with one of these tickets. And again, it goes all the way up to Shureka. But as you can see here, they let you redeem up to 4 of them. So that's 720 medals, right? And then for vision cards, similarly, you can get the vision card shards as well. Why would they dangle so much stuff in front of us when the medals being given out is so stingy? That doesn't make sense. So based on that, we're still kind of hoping that there'll be more ways to get these medals moving forward. But if they don't make it that way, if they continue to be so stingy with the medals, I'm afraid to say that this program is kind of a huge bust, because my expectation was that within the first month I would be able to redeem the UR unit selector, and from how we've seen the implementation go on the first day, doesn't seem like that's going to be what's going to happen here. So like I say, for now, fingers crossed. I'll keep you guys updated, and I guess this is going to be it for the for the video today. So next up, I do have I'm working on a video about the current JP meta for you guys. So that's going to be out in the next 1 or 2 days. Stay tuned for it. Until then, I will see you guys next time.